Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just finished a live using some texture paste and we created, where's my fishy one? Hold on one second. We created this background and I had another idea in mind. So much so I even sketched it out yesterday. But so we're gonna do our next design and we're gonna be using circles again. Circles are just fabulous. I don't know why, but they're fabulous. So I hope you enjoy. These are the things we're gonna be using. Just some inks. I've got light, dark, medium greens. I've got 2 shades of blue. I've got some browns. You're going to use whatever you want. If you want your trees green, you're going to pick a couple of greens. You can do 2 greens, 3 greens, 5 greens, 20 greens. It doesn't matter. If you want your tree in the fall, you can do oranges, yellows, reds. If you want a fancy tree, you can do purples, teals. It doesn't matter. You can pick your favorite colors and make some trees. Trees with circles. Yes. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by putting in clusters of the tree. And these are going to be my clusters. They are a Stampin' Up set that I purchased on basically Facebook. I know somebody, Miss Nancy Stamps, she's got a D-stash on her page. And I just purchased those. And if I was doing a bigger page, I would definitely pull out this one and this one and this one. But we're just doing a little 1/4 of a sheet of paper. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and we do want ours in portrait mode. That means we're going to be working with the long side, okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my inks. And I'm going to be careful because I've been getting ink on everything. Not knowing where the heck it's coming from. So I'm just going to... Ooh, yeah, you see all that ink coming out of there? So I need to be careful when I'm holding my ink pads. Okay, so we have... Don't mix those up, you dork. Hold on one second. Let me move this little batch of paper so I don't... There we go. Okay, so dark, medium, light. And I'm going to start with the dark on this one. Okay. I'm going to use the dark on the darker one. And it's just going to be random. Very rando. You're just going to stamp and go. They don't have to be perfect. If you want them perfect, by all means, you can get your Stamparatus and make them super, super perfect. But I just want a quick tree. Okay. Actually, let me do one off the top there. Okay. So I'm going to wipe that real quick, set it aside. Then I'm going to do medium for this one. And you can change it. You want the other one dark? Do whatever. Okay. Just very randomizing. And then I just tap that on my towel. We're going for the light one. We're just going to fill in some of these spots now. Overlapping is great. We don't care if it overlaps. Okay, because these are our leaves. These are our clusters of leaves, if you can imagine that. Very abstract, very, very interesting, okay? And I'm seeing that I have a big spot there, so I'm actually going to come in with our dark one again and just put one there. Maybe put one there. And maybe one there. Okay. Wipe it. Set it aside. Come back with our light one. Put that one in there. And then we're going to come in with our medium again. And see, this is what's great. You go and you just keep overlapping. Okay, we do want some white space. This is one of those projects where white space is good. I am done. Oops, no, I'm not done with the green. But I'm going to decide which green I want to use. I have a lot of the light green. Let me go in with the medium green. And I'm going to start down low so it just kind of hangs off the page or off our tree. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and just fill in with the tiny circle dots. Circles of circles. All right. Okay, you can definitely do this with two-tone. Okay, you would just pick maybe 2 for the light and 2 for the dark. Maybe those would be the dark, those would be the light, vice versa, however you want to do it. Okay, it's all up to you. If you don't have circle stamps, you can use circle stencils. You can just go in with, I know, I just cleaned it. It was just a teeny bit. It's okay. You can go in with, brain fart, stencil circles and overlap them. You know, you start with your dark in the back, bring up the lighter colors. It'll be fabulous. And then you can doodle in your circles that you make. Okay, so now we have our trees. And in those trees, we see some sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a blender brush. You can use whatever you have. If you have these, it'll work. I'm just going to use my little guy because I have it. And I'm going to pick up a little bit and just kind of tap it in those big white areas, okay? Just tap it in. Nothing fancy, okay? Just like that. Now, I'm going to come down with my blue. But I'm going to kind of avoid the trunk area. And the trunk is going to be almost a V. Like if you were to finish connecting way up there, it's going to make a V. So they're not going to be parallel lines. They're going to be in a V shape. The skinny point at the top, and then it's going to come down and widen. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to come in with the darker blue. I'm just going to wipe my brush a little. And then I'm going to hit the edges. Look at that. Right on the edge. Doesn't that look fabulous? Ink blending edges. It always adds a little something, something. Even if it's patterned paper or paper, plain paper, hit it with the same tone of ink. You will be impressed. Okay, so there's our tree. Our trunk is going to come in here, and then we're going to do some simple stuff. Yes, it's simple. Don't panic. You can do this tree too. I promise. I am going to grab, I started my little ink swisher. Yeah, this one needs some more blue. And I will pick up this blue because there's a lot more of it. All right, look at that. Yeah. Okay, dry that surface. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to grab a water brush or a paint brush. And that is alcohol. We don't want that water. Okay. Well, we'll just do a little puddle. I'm not sure where. I'm just going to... Oh, it's not clean from the last time. That's all right. So I've got a good puddle there. No big deal. Okay. I don't know why I did that. That was kind of dumb. I got to get some ink in there. I did it backwards, guys. Pardon me. Let me clean up that puddle. Sometimes my brain goes faster than what I need it to. Okay. We're going to put some dark. Oh, we're going to put that there because that's not as dark. Wow, did you see that? There's some dark, and then just a weird little accent color, okay? So you would get your brush. We're going to get that a little bit wet there. There's a couple little drops there. I'm going to make sure that I'm in camera for you. Okay. Now this is all you're going to do. You're going to pick up your darker color. This is your drawing, your black. Okay. And you're going to come up to the last, kind of in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the, and not like middle, but the base of your trunk, okay, can be a finger width. So maybe there to there. I don't want to go into the flowery bits. I want to put it right at the base. And I'm just going to draw a line that kind of, it needs to be bigger at the bottom. So mine is arcing. You can do straight, like shootouts. So I'm going to come down and then bend out. And there is my tree. Now, trees are fabulous. They have a point where their branches break off, okay? And even though, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, so this branch right here, okay, this is a branch. So I'm going to color this branch, okay? And you're like, but what about that other line? Yes, that other line is another branch, because at some point in this tree's life, it broke and split, okay? So there's another branch. This branch needs a little bit of this lighter color, okay? And we don't have to be perfect. We can mix our color. We could do whatever. Okay. Very light-handed. Okay. I know it looks crazy, like, oh my God, she's just, nope. Super light-handed. And I'm going up and down because that's the grain of my tree. If I went side to side, do side to side everywhere, okay? Get that yellow in there. So my bark, that's the word I need. So my bark is an up and down bark. It's not a side to side bark, okay? Now, at some point, we're going to get this, probably should have done a darker color, but the back of the tree, okay, has a branch that comes out. Okay, so we've created, yeah, that definitely needs to be a darker. Let me get that darker. Okay. So the tree has developed, okay, and it branches out. At some point, the tree itself kind of stops, and then all the branches come. And this is that point, okay? Oops, don't go into there. We're going to have a darker areas right in there. That should actually be super dark. Let me add a little bit of black in there. Just a teeny bit. Just a teeny bit. Okay, that's our shady area. Because this is the center of that right there. Okay, there's no light shining right there because you have all those branches. So it's going to be super dark in here. Okay, and then maybe get some of this black to add some texture. And texture is just going to be squiggles. Okay? Just add some squiggles. And maybe, maybe this tree had a little bitty bump because it was going to have another little tree branch. Okay? Right here. Okay. I need a little bit more water. Just tap that. We're going to grab some of that brown. Okay. So we're going to add a little shadowy area. Okay, right here. And we're going to have another little bump that grows out. Okay, but this bump is like right here. So we're going to do roundy motions. Okay. And we're going to add some brown into there. All your movements are going to be in a roundish shape because trees don't grow straight and flat. Okay. So this little branch is on the outside and it's going to come up. And this little branch is growing from right there. Okay. So as it's growing, the tree bark kind of grows with it. Okay. So if you're going to do bark, you're going to follow any branchy bits. Oops. I went a little too far out with that one. That's all right though. We can fix that. Okay. So all your little bits, actually, let's make that one way bigger. There we go. And then maybe he has a happy little buddy that comes off there. Okay. Oh, dang it. See, this is what I'm talking about. My fingers are just getting into this ink everywhere. Okay, so those are our branches. But up in here, we have branches that can be seen. Okay, so we're going to just draw some lines. We're not going to go through those. We're just going to say this branch is going this way, and then it turns this way, and it goes that way. Okay, and it goes off the page. And then this branch that I mucked up a little bit, he's just a happy fat branch. No big deal. Get some more. Okay. No biggie. And then this one, he's coming through here. Okay, and then this one, maybe he can be seen through here. This one shoots up. Go that way and that way. At this point, ooh, see, there's a little notchy looking piece here. So I'm going to send that one that way and up that way. And then we're going to add a branch this way. And then this one, he's going to come up this way. And I'm just going to be careful not to make the branches wider at the top than they are at the bottom. Okay. Maybe behind this one spreads out this way and it goes this way. And that's the nice thing about trees is you can't see all their branches, so you don't know what's going where. And just like this, you can just put little lines in those little voids, just as long as they're, you know, they seem organic. Okay, and you don't need a lot, just a few. And there you have a hand-painted tree. Maybe put a little sentiment there. Can't believe I got my fingers in something else. Ugh. So annoying. But that's all right. That's what happens. So I'm going to take a sheet of paper that I have here. I'm going to just pick up this lovely goo. Oh, look at that. Ugh. I love ink smooshing. Just smoosh it, smoosh it, smoosh it. And if you use, if you watch Ryan, he uses the craft mat, which allows your ink to bubble. You can use those. You can do what I did on those, and then when you do your ink smooshing, it'll give you a different effect. I like my effect. Though I do need to venture out. I do have a non-stick mat that I should be trying. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this little little guy is probably good to go, but we're going to see what we can do about this boo-boo. Okay. Let's see what we can do about this boo-boo. Something simple that anybody can do. Okay. We're going to get a little bit of black. And you're like, you just cleaned up black. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of black in there. And then we're going to go V. Oh, it's going to be like a wide M. Okay, we're going to make our little V. And then off the V, we're going to make little shoots. And we're going to make a little birdie. Okay, and we're going to do it right off of this, because it kind of looks the right shape. So I'm going to come from this high point of that dark mess that I made. I'm going to come down, okay? Then I'm going to follow this other boo-boo that I have, okay? And then we're going to add just a little line down the center for the belly. Oh, that looks so nice. And then we're going to just shoot off, because this is a bird way in the distance. Make little feathery marks. I'm just pulling down the paintbrush. Okay, nothing fancy. Gentle tapping. Okay, and now I've added a bird in the way distance. Okay, the tree is closed. The birdie's out there, and he probably doesn't need to be that dark, but he is. And then maybe he's got a little buddy that's like flying off the page. Okay. Just like that. I covered my boo-boos. Okay. Don't panic. If something happens, you can cover it with the sentiment. You could, if it was too bad, you could fussy cut this out, pop it up, and you could do in layers. Like you could fussy cut this out. Okay. The tree trunk. Fussy cut along here. Okay, pop this up, leave this flat, and then you'd have texture. So if you do a really good job and you mess it up towards the end, you can still fix it. Trust me. And that is a super quick treat. I hope you enjoy. Pop that on a card base and you're golden. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to put some stars in there. Where's my... Okay, so we're gonna put that texture paste in there. So we're gonna grab our little stencil because it looks so good with the fishies, and we're gonna do this again. Let me grab my little tool. I can't believe I forgot. Dry off my little spatula thingy. They're palette knives, spatulas. You can get them at the dollar store or anywhere. Probably get a nice huge pack on Amazon. Okay, and just like on the live, it doesn't matter, willy-nilly. I'm going to stay in the tree though, so I can see through my stencil that I'm not gonna want to go below my fingers. So I'm just going to, ooh, you know what, I think I'm gonna do it all over, because on the fishy one we just did it hit or miss. And you can do hit or miss. But I think I want all over dots. Just because this is such a small design and this stencil is nice and small, I think it'll just be fabulous. Okay? And I'm going to be super quick and get that right into the cleaner water. Peel that very carefully. Pull this out of that mess. And now we are done. Look at that. Look at that texture. Who wouldn't love getting that and then going, oh, it shimmers. It's beautiful. Okay. So use up your supplies. Get a little hand painty. Practice your trees. Super simple. Let me draw you a super simple shape again. We're going to clean this up, though, before it gets sticky. Okay, so for your tree, okay, when you're painting, you can draw it beforehand or whatnot, but very simple. You want an arch, okay? you're going to make your arch. You're going to make it arch the other way, okay? Now, this branch is reaching for the sky, okay? He's going to have a little side buddy because, you know, he's not just a stick, okay? And he's going to come down to the middle, okay? And then from that middle, you're going to shoot out to the other side. And maybe this one does a sharp turn because he's got the weight of his branches. And then you're going to have another one coming up the back, okay, like that. You could have another one coming up the back, okay. And that's your basic tree shape. Let me turn it sideways so it's all in there, okay. We have our U shape, okay. And then these make a V. They come in and then they meet, okay? One of them is going to be in front of the other, okay? So maybe this one is the one that's in front. So you have A, okay? Then you have B, and then C's, D's, and E's, and F's, okay? And what you're going to focus on is just getting your shapes in there, okay? So you got your nice beautiful tree, okay? And then your side piece, and if you're doing a silhouette, it won't matter who's in front, but if you're doing it in color, you want to make sure. So this is coming down, and he's grown out of this tree, okay? So he's not straight and perfect. He's lumpy and bumpy, okay? And maybe this one, you're changing your mind, and maybe this one's in the front, okay? And that one is in the back, okay? So you've got your tree, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm swooshing. This is a branch. It's round, okay? You're going to do all your marks, in a round fashion, okay? And then it's going to stay that way as you go down. Okay, so there's this branch. And maybe he's got a little buddy that's coming off right here. And he's just a newbie, okay? Once you've decided how many main branches, okay, then the little branches are easy peasy. Around, because this guy is going this way, okay? And when you go to color, there's that. And then you go and you make thin lines, okay? Those are your little shoots. You just make thin lines, okay? This is your thick base. You can do straight back and forth lines, but then kind of round them out, okay? It will help with the dimension of your shape, okay? So this one, I rounded like this, and rounding is just this, okay? This is not round. This is round, this is round, okay? And look, I've just made an eye hole for your arc design, okay? So this guy, that guy is really fat. Where's my eraser? Okay. If you get a little guy that's a little too fat and happy, put him on a diet. Okay. Now this one, I'm doing round this way. Okay. Till you get to the center, and then it just doesn't matter. But at some point in your tree, they stop growing and then they make little shoots, okay? Thinner ones, put it further back. Fatter lines are up close. So I want to make this trunk. I'm going to do my swoopies. Okay. And then fill her in. Again, if it's a silhouette, you would just do this all the same darkness. Okay. And your branches, they're going to go up. They're going to come down. They're going to do all sorts of stuff. They're going to overlap. Okay. Go over the same one a couple of times. It doesn't matter. Maybe you got a little guy here and a little guy there. Maybe this one's coming off the back side. Okay, but he's light, so I'm doing light strokes. Okay. And then you do all of your color on top of that. Ugh. It'll be fabulous. Or just leaving sketchy. Okay. Hopefully that will get you inspired. This is a practice tree, and I practice trees all the time because they're my favorite. Trees are so organic and they're kind of abstract. It's really pretty. But see how I made... You can, when you're doing it, just kind of look. It'll tell you where it wants to go. Like, I started doing this one, and I'm like, nope, this one says put me in front, okay? And then you can see that I keep coming out of my mark over here. So this side of the tree just got fatter. Just like that. Because that's what it said. That's what it wanted. And then we have our tree. Alrighty, now we'll go back to our tree. And could you imagine that nice trunk with that going on? I should do that. But I like this one. And this again, you know, this came rounding. This, a little bit of rounding. You're shading. You're going to follow the cupping motion. Either cup up or cup down. And if you cup around, you're going to make an area for maybe a lost trunk, okay? Maybe here there was something that was lost. That should have, or no, let's put him out there. Okay? But this is going to be over the top of everything else. But again, we're rounding, we're cupping that. He's got a little happy shoot going on down there, okay? And you can do that even on this. So you can add in some pencil marks just to make it more organic feeling a little bit. Oops. Don't stick your fingers in it though, okay? Trace it in black ink if you like. But don't be afraid of the tree. You can do it. Alrighty. I'll let you go now. So go play with some trees. And we'll see you next time right here. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.